In this episode of the Podfest Expo 2023 Speaker Preview Series, we visit with Adam Schaeuble, founder of Podcasting for Business School, who talks about garnering greater engagement for your podcast. Hello, everyone. Tom Fox back for another episode with an upcoming speaker at Podfest Expo 2023. Today, I'm thrilled to have with me Adam Schaeuble.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that. I've had the privilege to be interviewed by Adam, and he puts on a great podcast. He's got a great story and a great business. So, Adam, first of all, welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me.
Tom, I'm always excited to hang out with one of my pod pals, especially when we're talking Podfest Expo. That's two of my favorite things to do. So I'm really pumped to be here, man.
So what are you currently up to business-wise?
Business-wise, I'm really working on mapping out the new year's marketing and campaign schedule. With Podcasting Business School, I teach podcasters how to make money via their podcasts. So part of that is mapping out both our sales strategies and content. So right now, I'm in the war room, and I'm mapping out everything for 2023.
Well, kudos for you. You're about 25 paces ahead of me on that. I'm just trying to think about how can I sell through the end of the year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your talk at Podfest Expo 2023? Because I think you have always talked about a key element, and you're going to hammer it to us.
Yes, sir. So when it comes to podcasting danger zones or areas where I think we could all level up a little bit, the largest one to me is audience engagement. That's when I ask people what they need that most help with. They're like, oh, I'm hearing crickets. I'm not getting the engagement I would like. So I'm bringing my best engagement strategies. I'm going to talk about how to initiate engagement, create super fans, and rev up your income with this new year. And I'm super excited. This is one of my favorite topics to touch on. And I think people are going to walk out of the presentation and actually have engagement brewing before they even leave the city.
Adam, one of the reasons I'm so excited to hear your presentation this year is I play in the corporate world a lot, and engagement is, if not the buzzword, it's certainly one of the most important ones. Because in the corporate world, your customer can be largely your employees. So to be able to create that engagement is incredibly important for whatever business you have or you're striving to have through your podcast. Do you work with all different types of podcasters, from the newbie to the 10-year to the true crime to the, I want to talk about the weather today? How do you do that?
I specialize in helping any type of podcaster basically stop hearing the crickets and start making money. And from the newbie to the seasoned pro, I feel like there are outside of the box techniques that I've developed through 7 years of trial and a lot of error and a lot of reverse engineering my error and figuring it out for each individual situation. It's like putting a puzzle together, and I freaking love it. But yeah, like I really enjoy solving those mysteries of why aren't we getting engagement in this niche with this certain type of a topic or a podcast, whether it's a corporate show or a indie show or a true crime show or whatever. Those keep things interesting, all those different turns that we can take with different types of shows. So yeah, I take on any challenge. I'm batting 1,000 right now, Tom. There's never been a show that I'm like, oh, make this tweak, make that tweak. Boom, we're getting more engagements. We can put that to the test at Podfest this year.
Can I ask you what you hope to get out of Podfest Expo 2023?
I just love the community. Podfest is like none other. Like Chris and the whole team really create that family atmosphere. And it's like a family reunion. You get there, you plug in, and you come out with more energy and more ideas for sure than when you went in there with. And I just love seeing my pod pals. I love plugging in, getting that energy, and I'm recharged for a whole another trip around and another calendar year. And I think Chris should start doing these once per quarter, but that's just my thought. I would show up every 3 months just to plug it.
I hear you, brother. Adam, unfortunately, we are near the end of our time for this episode, but I was wondering before we leave, if our listeners wanted more information on the podcasting school or yourself, what would be the best place for them to go?
Yeah, just hit me up on my website, www.podcastingbusiness.school. And all my stuff, all my connection info is there.
Adam, I'm greatly looking forward to your presentation. I'm greatly looking forward to reconnecting. Thanks so much for taking the time to visit with me.
Thank you, Tom.
This is Tom Fox again. I hope you'll join us for our next episode. And more importantly, I hope you'll join us at Podfest Expo 2023 in Orlando from January 26 to 29.